It started out like any other case. I'd seen it all before. Some nice, rich lady couldn't keep her husband in line. Her husband went missing, you see. It seemed like an open and shut case. Well, at least for me. Jane Sullivan, private eye.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Sullivan. I'm Ruth Klein. Thank you so much for coming.
Turns out her husband had been missing for days. The poor lady was so upset she could barely hold her glass without shaking.
We had a fight, you see, and then he went out for his walk and didn't come back.
Did he go on these walks often?
Yes, always around the lake. He said it cleared his head.
I obliged Mrs. Klein by paying a visit to her lost hubby's favorite haunt. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. I don't mean to interrupt, but would you mind answering a few questions for me?
Go ahead. No one ever cares about little old Molly.
Try to pull yourself together.
I mean, I think I did pretty well under the circumstances.
What do you mean? What circumstances?
It happened again. I let that smooth-talking older man walk all over me.
I don't mean to trouble you, but does the name John Klein mean anything to you?
John Klein?
You know him?
Know him. I loved him. He took me out to the fanciest restaurants in town. And he played me for a fool. I thought he loved me back. And then he just ran off with my friend.
Who's this friend?
Thompson. Minnie Thompson. I introduced her to John at a party. And then a few days later, he left me for her.
Could you tell me where I could find her?
Her apartment's on 6th Street.
I thanked Molly for her help and headed straight for the address she gave me. What can you tell me about your relationship with John Klein?
John Klein? Who wants to know?
Jane Sullivan, private investigator.
Who sent you, Molly? That broad and I was never friends.
She just got her garters in a bundle over my new boyfriend. What'd you say?
That's some nice lipstick.
Thanks! You know, this is great stuff. Very expensive. It's called Crimson Lady, the only kind I ever wear. Had to get a new one recently. Must have left it somewhere. You know how much this stuff costs? I swear.
I'm not here to discuss cosmetics, Minnie. When was the last time you saw John Klein?
Well, John says his wife never wears lipstick, but he likes it when I do.
What about his wife?
Oops. Well, what does it matter anyway? He's skipping town, but he wants to see me tonight for one last goodbye.
Where are you meeting him?
The Black Cat at 7, but I won't show up till at least 7:30. Mama always said, be a teaser, not a pleaser.
Mrs. Klein, this is Jane Sullivan. I found your husband.
Oh, thank goodness. Is he all right? Where is he?
Yes, he's fine. I've arranged for you to meet him at the Black Cat Club at 7 o'clock sharp.
Thank you so much. I'll be there right away.
I just didn't have the heart to tell her the scumbag had been cheating.
I've got trouble. Why can't you let me be?
Hello, darling.
Ruth, I wasn't expecting you. I mean, I'm leaving town tomorrow.
I understand. If you feel you really must leave, can we at least spend one last night together?
All right.
All the folks I asked for ya.
All I can say is, I never saw it coming.